Hello, in this video we will learn about object-oriented programming using Java. Let's imagine you're building an app like Uber. You need to handle drivers, riders, cars, location, and fares. So you might start writing something like this. String, driver name equals John. That's the driver. String car model equals Toyota. String rider name equal Sarah. And double fare equals 75.0. Okay, this works initially, but it will break whenever you have 1,000 riders and maybe 1,000 drivers. Suddenly your code gonna become a pile of scattered variables, no structure, no control. Why? Because you have to repeat this whole thing over and over and over for each and every different instance. So another driver, let's say X, another car Tesla, another rider name Y, and another fare 95. So things will get really big and the structure is not going to be there at all. There's no control as well. So when everything is separate, you run into real problems. Data gets duplicated, logic is repeated, you can't track which data belongs to which person. Your code turns into what we call spaghetti code. This is where OOP comes in. Object-oriented programming is there to help you organize and structure your code by grouping data and behaviors into objects, just like in real life. Think about it like this. A driver is someone who has a name, a car, so he can drive, and a rider is someone also has a name and a pickup location, and a trip is something that connects both of them, the driver and the rider. So in OOP, we can actually model those things, and we build what we call classes, which are like blueprints, and then we can create or instantiate objects, which are real instances out of those blueprints. Let's take a look at this. So I'm gonna start writing public class main. This is how we're gonna be running our program. And let's create our main method, public static void main, string, march easy. Let's assume we have what we call the driver. So I'm gonna create a driver. So a driver is a type we have now, hypothetically in our program. We're gonna build it later down, but let's say we have it. Something like a string, something like an integer, so we have a driver. So let's say driver, this is driver number 1, and we're gonna create a driver inside our program. Now we have a driver which has a name driver1. Let's give it an actual name. So we say driver1.name equals Sarah. That's a driver name. Driver1, I made a typo here, missing an R. Driver1.car equals Toyota. Okay, so we created the driver. Let's also create a rider. Rider1 equals new rider. This syntax is new to you, but you will get used to it when you start writing code in object-oriented programming. So rider1.name, and this is how we assign the properties, equals Sarah. Oh, now the driver and the rider, they have the same name, so let's make a new name. Let's say John. And rider1.pickup location is going to be from downtown. Cool. Let's create a trip. A trip is what connects a driver and a rider. So a trip1 equals new trip. Trip1.driver, this is a driver for the trip, is going to equal who? Is going to equal this driver, So I'm going to say driver1, trip1, dot rider is going to equal who? It's going to equal this rider. So equals rider1. So now I'm building connections between the objects. And let's assign a fare. Trip1 dot fare equals 75. Let's kick off our trip and start it. So start the trip, trip1 dot start trip. Okay, so right now we have an entire program which is written in object-oriented programming, which is basically objects, and objects are related to one another and they are connected. So let's take a look. We got a driver, which is an object that represents the driver. We got a rider, which is another object that represents the rider. We got another object which is called a trip that connects both the driver and the rider. And we got also a method which begins or kicks off the trip. And this start trip is going to be part of our trip class or blueprint. But we haven't actually created them. So let's create those. So I'm going to create a class, 3 classes here. So we can say class driver. This is how we create the classes. So we can basically define them as part of our program. String name. Basically, a driver is made of a name. Those are the properties. And a pickup location. That's it. Let's create another class. Trip. And a trip is made of driver. No, we forgot the rider. Let's do the rider first. So the rider is also made of a name. Actually, this is the rider, and this is the driver. So the driver is going to be name in a car, and the rider is going to be name in a pickup location. Okay, so far so good. Let's create one more class which connects both of them, which is a trip. A trip is made of what? Is made of a driver and is made of a rider. Also the fare, let's not forget it. So far so good. We also need to add the method which begins the trip. So I'm going to say public void start trip. System.out.println starting trip 4 plus rider dot name, and this is how we access the properties by writing the object dot name plus from plus rider dot pickup location. Let's also actually make the driver drive. So we can say driver dot drive and system.out.println trip fare plus fare. Okay. One more thing. We wrote driver to drive, but we actually haven't defined it here. So let's go up and define this method here. Public void drive. So we give the class the ability to drive. System.out.println name is driving a car. Okay, so now we got everything in place. I believe, let's double check our curly braces. We didn't make any mistake. So we got the main method here at the top. And if we take a look now, scroll down, main is closed. Okay, let's take a look. And this one is also closed with a static void main. Good. Let's take a look at the class rider. It's closed. Let's take a look at the class driver. It's closed here. Let's take a look at the class trip. It's also closed. So I believe we don't need those two. They are extra. Let's try and run our program. We got an error. Complete system.out is driving a car, unexpected semicolon at line 34. Let's take a look. 34 is here. Yes, I forgot a semicolon here. Let's run again. Another error. Variable pickup location cannot be found. So let's take a look. How did I define? Look, you can also notice those typos. I created pickup location like this. The U is capital here. But when I'm using it, I didn't call it with a capital U. So I will go and fix it in the original class. And those are common mistakes you might do as well. So be cautious around that. Run again. Now we got a program that's running. So we started a trip for John from downtown. Sarah is driving a Toyota car. Trip fare is $75. So hopefully this video make it more clear for you. Object-oriented programming is really about writing clean code, highly maintainable, and it actually emerged from that need. So the main driver was to create highly maintainable code, clean, more organized, so you can actually fix it and keep it up and running without any issues. Thank you.